From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Happy Friday to you all. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger. Let's get you right to Kruger's Quick Cast here. We're going to get you right through what we can expect here for today, and we'll take a look at the 7-day forecast in the end here. But there's a look at your forecast out the door this morning, and yeah, I mean, a little mild, especially in the valley, but we're looking at temperatures 50s, even some low 60s for some of the higher elevations. That fog is beginning to return for some of us on the coast, and it's going to be migrating northward throughout the day today. We'll take a closer look here at Futurecast right now. So again, you can see this morning the fog making its way into the Eureka area, but look what's happening with the fog through the day. It's just slowly creeping its way northward. So by 5 p.m. later this afternoon and evening, Crescent City, you may start to see some of that fog make its way in, and then by tonight it's pretty much just hugging the entire North Coast region, some of those inland areas as well. But of course, as you can see, heading east of that, you're looking at those mainly, of course, clear skies here, and that'll be the case here for the next several days. So your forecast for today, kind of wrapping up the work week, getting right for that 3-day weekend. You got those temperatures still over 100 degrees for many of us in the valley, but some of the cooler spots like we saw yesterday will be in Chico, Corning, Willows, and Oroville, right? Temperatures just below 100 degrees. Meanwhile, in the higher elevations, 80s, 90s for some of those warmer spots. And for the coast, yeah, again, we're looking at those temperatures in the mid to upper 60s for those daytime highs. Hey, let's take a look at your Labor Day weekend for all of the different neighborhoods here. We'll start off with the valley. We're going to start off Saturday with 101 degrees. Sunday is the transition day, and you'll notice this really for all 3 days for almost everyone, with the exception of the coast, not as dramatic. But Sunday's kind of the transition day. I think we may struggle to get out of the 80s on Monday, but we'll call it right around 90 for Monday for most of us in the valley. For Trinity County, I'm expecting temperatures close to 100 degrees on Saturday. Again, the transition day on Sunday in the low 90s. And then by Labor Day, you're down to the upper 80s for those daytime highs. And for the coast, we're going to be looking at that fog, especially in the morning. It's going to try to burn off in the afternoon, so we'll call it mostly cloudy skies through Saturday and Sunday, and then Labor Day, maybe a little bit more clearing, but we're looking at temperatures mainly in the mid-60s for those daytime highs. How about your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast? Well, plenty of sunshine Saturday. We're seeing a couple of disturbance move through that's going to give us the cooler temperatures. It's going to bring us a little bit of cloud cover at this point. I don't anticipate much in the way of rain. If anything, though, maybe a passing sprinkle or two for Sunday, Monday, but I wouldn't count on much, if anything. Now, what you'll notice here, I've got the word slight chance for Saturday, Sunday, even Monday for Modoc County. Again, that disturbance that's moving through could bring us the potential for maybe a stray sprinkle, maybe even a light shower for Saturday, Sunday, Monday for Modoc County. But again, don't count on it. Don't cancel any outdoor plans. You'll just notice the much cooler temperatures on Monday. Eastern Mountains Labor Day weekend forecast. Again, you can see those temperatures are dropping on Monday. Looking at dry conditions. Maybe you're heading out to Lassen Volcanic National Park. Hey, not bad. Temperature on Sunday about 77 degrees. Mainly sunny skies for your Labor Day with a high of about 70. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day outlook now, and you can kind of get the idea. Temperatures are going down, then they're going back up. We've got this roller coaster ride with the temperatures for pretty much everyone, including the coast. You see how they're going down, then they're going back up to around 70 by Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Up and down for the inland areas, for Trinity County, for Mount Shasta, for Alturas, for Susanville. You get the idea. And of course, I've included that chance in there for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but don't worry about it. Don't let cancel any of your outdoor plans. All right, here's a look at your weather headlines. Now we're going to start off hot for your Labor Day weekend. You saw that on this 3-day forecast, right? But cooler for the second half of your Labor Day weekend. More clouds and fog is expected on the coast. We're already seeing that this morning. It's going to be kind of working its way northward here throughout the day today. And once we cool things off, And we warm things back up here as we take you through next week with more triple-digit heat. Let's take a quick look at the fires as of last night. Keep in mind these numbers are updated in the morning, so a lot of times these numbers do change. But I mean, we're at 94% containment right as of last night for the Park fire, and we've also seen some improvement for the Boise fire. Now over 50% containment at just under 60%, at 59% containment, again, as of last night. So again, we're seeing some really good progress here on those fires. Now, it's not helping the fact that the winds are still breezy in the afternoon. And in fact, as we go into your Saturday, we're still looking at some stronger winds, mainly for the valley and some of those higher elevations as well. Nothing really alarming, just a little bit on the breezy side. And we take a look at the humidity levels, and that's not getting much better either. We take you into Friday. There are those mainly single digits for the valley. We take you into your Saturday. You can see mainly those single digits again. So still quite dry. But as we go into Sunday, Monday, we'll probably start to see those increase a little bit here. But there you can see your fire weather risk. That's where we're seeing the stronger winds. That's where we're seeing the low humidity, and still hot too, keep in mind. So that's one of the factors as well for central Siskiyou County, and it looks like that moderate fire danger heading off into many of the eastern mountains. On Saturday, looks like again it may be even a little bit worse, a little bit higher fire danger. We're getting into that almost kind of that high to even between high and extreme, so very high, right? We're getting in that range here, even for central Siskiyou County. And once again, the moderate to high conditions here for Modoc County, eastern mountains. So what's going on? What's the big picture here? Well, you can see all these clouds kind of moving up and over this ridge of high pressure. But there's something in there, it's kind of hard to see, and you can't really see it too much. If you look closely, see a bit of a spin right here. This is an area of low pressure that is mainly just going to help to drop our temperatures down over the weekend, especially the second half of the weekend. But it's not going to bring us much in the way of rain, but it is going to help to kind of improve or increase, that is, that marine layer. So by 5 o'clock today, we're seeing more of that fog pretty much for all of the coast. By tonight into tomorrow morning, the entire coast is socked in with that fog. We're seeing some of those inland valleys seeing that fog, and you see how it's having a hard time burning off. I think there will be some spots along the coast that could see some breaks in the clouds, but we're seeing more fog here over the next couple of days than we've seen for a while. But also notice in Modoc County, this is what I was talking about, that chance. You see how it's picking up on a stray sprinkle, maybe a light shower, and even off chance for an isolated thunderstorm. So when I look at this, I say, hey, if you have outdoor plans, just be aware, bring the gear to help keep you dry in case you get caught under a shower. But don't cancel those outdoor plans, because it's not going to be a big deal should anything develop for the most part. Then we go into Sunday, kind of the same situation. See where most of the clouds are in Modoc County, a little bit kind of coming into Siskiyou and even eastern Lassen County, but not much in the way of rain. Once again, the forecast model is picking up on a potential for maybe a few showers in Modoc County again on Monday. So that's why I've got that chance in there for Saturday, Sunday, Monday for the entire Labor Day weekend. But again, don't let that be a concern to you if you've got to be outside or want to be outside in Modoc County, because I don't think it's going to be much of an issue or a concern. All right, here's a look at the long range. All right, there you see it. Not much going on. Maybe late in the week we're seeing some clouds coming in that monsoon moisture trying to work its way back in, but now it looks like it's mainly, at this point, it looks like it's off to the east of us. But something worth watching toward the end of next week. That's a long way from now. A lot will happen between now and then, but it's certainly something to watch. But we still got that roller coaster ride. So temperatures are continuing up. We're still kind of on the upward trend, right? But you see this right here? This is an area of low pressure. Now, this low pressure is different than this one up here. This is colder air. This is more mild air. Let's just kind of call it that, mild to warm air. So we've got the dome of heat over us now. That's why it's so hot out there, right? So as this area of low pressure moves closer to us, it's beginning to push that heat down to our south and east. So the time we get into Sunday, Monday, we've got this warm air in place, but not hot. Temperatures dropping by as much as 10 degrees, if not more in some spots here from today through Monday. Monday will be the coolest, or not as hot, right? And then we start to see that move out. That heat dives down to the south, and then we've got more heat building back in, so it warms back up. Triple digits most likely in the valley. But you see this other weak area of low pressure right here, warmer air associated with it, that moves through and it squashes that heat, pushes it to the south, and we see our temperatures dip again after around Thursday, Friday of next week, we start to see them dip going into that next weekend. So yeah, again, it's up right now, down again for the beginning of next week, back up again at least through the middle to latter part of next week, and then they're back down again. So yeah, get ready, strap yourself in, because it's going to be a ride, a roller coaster ride, if you will. All right, so you see the temperature outlook for the Climate Prediction Center. We've still got it in that warmer than normal category, and there it is, up, down. By Monday, Labor Day is the coolest. We're back up by around Thursday, it peaks, and then it starts to dip again toward the end of next week into that next weekend. So, you know, I mean, listen, it could be worse, right? We could be talking about a major heat wave, 105, 110 degrees, but when it gets up to 102, we're used to that. It's not a big deal. But it is getting to that point where it is getting warmer than we are typically this time of the year. All right, so you can see the wave heights have dropped, so no more small craft advisories in the forecast. In fact, we're going to keep those wave heights fairly low going into your Saturday. So your marine forecast for your Friday: south winds at 5 to 10 knots, waves from the northwest at 7 feet at 8 seconds, and of course your high and low tide. Here's your sunrise, sunset, and some of that patchy fog is essentially what we're looking at here. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Still hot. We're looking at temperatures mid, upper 90s, even some triple digits in there as well. Take you out to central and southern Humboldt County, 98 for Alder Point. So still pretty warmer, borderline hot for many of those inland areas as well. Obviously not as warm for the coast. We take you up to the north, Smith River, about 72, 87 out towards Gas Key. Inland, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures still hot today, but then we're back down to the 80s by Sunday and even into Monday. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, yeah, I mean that Highway 96 corridor, about 100 degrees here. I-5 here, mainly in the mid-90s, although up to the north towards McDowell and Dort, that's not 95, that's 97. I-5 is right here, never mind. I was like, what? Yeah, so we're talking mid to upper 90s there. About 98 for Ashland, 99 for Hornbrook, Wairika, about 98, about 94 for Mount Shasta City. And then, of course, yes, not quite as hot, but it's warming up, even up to the north and east, with 88 for Tennant and Doris, about 90. Take you out to Modoc County. Temperatures mainly in the low 90s. Some of the warmer spots can be at about 94, 93 for Alturas and California Pines. So again, chance, don't let that deter you from any of your outdoor plans. Keep them. Keep those planned. Just note, make sure you've got maybe a poncho or an umbrella, just in case. Just in case. But I wouldn't worry about it. I really wouldn't. And if you don't go on that trip without a poncho or an umbrella, I wouldn't worry about it either, because it wouldn't last for very long, even if it did develop. All right, there you can see your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast: 89 for Westwood, 93 for Chester, 88 for Mineral, 90 in Shingletown, and cooler in Viola. The temperature of about 84 degrees. We take you out to the Valley neighborhood forecast to the south with 96 for Corning, 97 for Pasquenta, and Los Molinos, about 97 degrees. Let's take you up to the north with a high of 102 for the city of Shasta Lake, Whiskeytown, about 98 degrees, and Red Bluff topping out at about 100 degrees. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding, and there you can see, looks like it's going to be hot to start off your Labor Day weekend, of course, including today, right? Sunday is the transition day. We're going from 101 to 95, but still warm, back down to about 90, give or take, on Monday, Labor Day, and the temperatures start to creep back up as we go through next week. That's your morning update. We'll be right back here at noon for the latest update.
We're the locals down the street. The neighbor you come to for advice. A nest egg for the golden years. A loan or a new account for that growing business. What started in Chico 50 years ago has taken us all around California, providing big bank lending power and high-tech service, while keeping our relationships personal. We're still the locals down the street, no matter where your street might be. Tri-Counties Bank, California's local bank.